Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about something that's often overlooked in our pursuit of success and happiness. It's a simple yet profound idea of proving yourself to yourself. We spend so much time trying to impress others, whether it's family, friends, bosses, or society. We get caught up in the expectations others have of us, and we forget about the one person who matters most, ourselves. When you set out to achieve something, it's easy to get distracted by the noise around you. It's tempting to look for validation from others, to seek approval, to compare yourself to those around you. But true fulfillment, true success comes from the satisfaction of knowing you gave it your all, that you pushed yourself to be the best version of yourself, not for anyone else, but for you. The question isn't whether the world sees your worth. It's whether you see it in yourself. Do you have the courage to chase your dreams, to take risks, to stand up after you've fallen? To prove to yourself that you are capable of achieving great things, even when no one else is watching. Proving yourself to yourself is about resilience, determination, and the strength to keep going, even when the odds seem stacked against you. It's about setting goals and meeting them, taking pride in your progress, and learning from every failure along the way. At the end of the day, your greatest competitor should be the person you were yesterday. Your success is not measured by how others see you, but by the growth and progress you see within yourself. Remember, success is a journey, and the most important step is proving to yourself that you can walk it with confidence, courage, and integrity. That's the kind of success that lasts. Understand that the direction of your life is in your hands. Don't wait for someone else to change things for you. Prove to yourself that you have the power to make things happen. Don't measure your worth by other people's expectations. Set high standards for yourself and strive to meet them every day. The quality of your life is determined by the standards you set for yourself. Growth doesn't come easily, but it's always worth it. Be relentless in your pursuit of personal development. Don't wait for the perfect time. Make the time to grow today. Every obstacle is an opportunity in disguise. When life gets tough, don't back down. See it as a chance to prove to yourself how strong you really are. We all break promises to others from time to time, but the real damage comes when we break promises to ourselves. Hold yourself accountable. Keep your word to yourself. Success doesn't happen overnight, and neither does greatness. It's the small, consistent actions that build over time. Show up every day and prove to yourself that you have what it takes. You can't control everything in life, but you can control your attitude, your effort, and your actions. Focus on these and prove to yourself that you can overcome anything. Failure is a part of the process. It's not a sign that you're not capable, but a lesson in what doesn't work. Use it to fuel your determination to keep going and to prove to yourself that you can bounce back stronger. Your potential is limitless. Don't let doubt or fear hold you back. Believe in yourself and your ability to create the life you desire. Prove to yourself that there is nothing you can't accomplish when you truly believe. The world will try to distract you. Keep your eyes on your own path. And prove to yourself that you are committed to your vision and your dreams, no matter what others think or say. Life is a beautiful journey, but it's also full of twists and turns. It's easy to think that things happen to us, that circumstances control our fate. But the truth is, everything that happens to you is a result of your choices, your actions, and the mindset you choose to adopt. You are the architect of your own life. You have the power to shape your destiny by taking full responsibility for where you are today. When you take responsibility, you stop blaming others or making excuses. It's about owning up to the fact that your life, your success, your happiness, or your lack of these things is a direct reflection of the decisions you've made. See, blaming the economy, your family, your job, or any external factor is simply a way to avoid your reality that you are the one who holds the key to your future. Taking responsibility means acknowledging that no one else is coming to fix your problems. No one else is going to live your life for you. The power to change your circumstances lies within you. It's in your choices, your daily actions, and your unwavering commitment to yourself. When you realize this, you step into your power. You stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect circumstances. You understand that every moment is a chance to decide to take action. You stop waiting for someone else to change your life and start realizing that the change you seek begins within. Now, this doesn't mean life won't be tough. It doesn't mean you won't face challenges or setbacks. But when you take full responsibility, you stop letting those challenges define you. You learn to rise above them, to learn from them, and to use them as stepping stones to greater success. Taking responsibility also means being accountable for your results. If you're not where you want to be, don't point fingers. Look inward. Ask yourself what you can do better, what you can change, and what you need to learn. It's about being brutally honest with yourself and knowing that no one else can do the work for you. By taking responsibility for your life, you take control. You start making choices that reflect the person you want to become. You create the future you desire, one decision at a time. It's not about waiting for the perfect conditions. It's about making today the day you take ownership of your destiny. So step up. Accept that where you are now is a result of your past decisions, but also recognize that where you will be tomorrow is entirely up to you. Take responsibility for your life, because when you do, you unlock a power within yourself that can change everything. The world will constantly try to set standards for you. Society has its expectations, your peers have their opinions, and even your family may have their own ideas about what success looks like. But the most important thing you can do for yourself is to set your own standards, ones that reflect your values, your goals, and your unique potential. Setting your own standards isn't about being rebellious or defying the world. It's about knowing that you are the one who should determine the level of excellence you want to achieve. It's about taking the reins of your own life and setting a benchmark that is meaningful to you. When you allow others to define your standards, you are surrendering your power. You are giving them the right to decide what your life should look like. And that's a dangerous game to play. Instead, you must decide what your life should look like and set the standards that will guide you toward that vision. Your standards should be higher than what others expect of you. They should challenge you to push beyond your limits, to tap into your potential, and to grow every day. You must demand more from yourself than anyone else could ever demand from you, because at the end of the day, you are the one who will have to live with the results. Setting your own standards also means not being afraid to set goals that are big, bold, and ambitious. Too often, people set their goals based on what they think is realistic or achievable. But true progress and growth come from setting standards that make you stretch, that make you uncomfortable, and that require you to become a better version of yourself. It's important to understand that your standards should be a reflection of the life you want to create, not a copy of someone else's. What works for someone else may not work for you, so don't compare your journey to theirs. Set your standards based on what you want to accomplish, the person you want to become, and the impact you want to have. Your standards are the foundation of your success. They guide your decisions, shape your core habits, and ultimately determine your results. If you want to live a life of exceptional achievement, you have to set exceptional standards. Setting your own standards also requires discipline and consistency. Once you establish what you want to achieve, it's up to you to show up every day and work toward it. When you set a standard for yourself, don't wait for motivation to strike. Create the discipline to meet your standards no matter how you feel in the moment. So choose to set standards that will push you to be your best. Choose to set standards that inspire you to keep going even when things get tough. And remember, the only opinion that matters when it comes to your standards is your own. When you set them high and live by them, you create a life that reflects your highest potential. Growth is not a passive process. It's not something that just happens because time passes. If you want to achieve greatness, you must be relentless in your pursuit of growth. This means you commit to learning, improving, and evolving, not just when things are easy, but especially when they're hard. It means setting a goal to be better than you were yesterday, every single day. To be relentless in your pursuit of growth, you must make a conscious decision to never stop improving. Growth doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who take action. Every day is an opportunity to push the boundaries of what you know, what you can do, and who you can become. But it takes commitment. It takes a relentless drive to keep moving forward, no matter how many times you fail or how long the road seems. Growth doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, patience, and persistence. You will face setbacks, challenges, and moments where it feels like nothing is changing. But that's when you need to dig in your heels and keep going. Be relentless in your pursuit of improvement, because true growth comes from the ability to persevere even when things are tough. It's in the moments when you feel like giving up that your greatest progress is made. Too many people give up too soon. They start the journey of personal development, see little progress, and then they stop. They let discouragement take root. But to be relentless in your growth, you can't allow those feelings to control you. Every failure, every setback, and every moment of doubt is simply a lesson, not a reason to quit. It's an opportunity to learn, adjust, and become better. Being relentless also means challenging yourself to get outside your comfort zone. Growth never happens where you're comfortable. If you're too comfortable, you're stagnating. You must seek discomfort, embrace challenges, and take on tasks that push you to expand your abilities. The more you push yourself, the more you'll grow, and the stronger you'll become. This relentless pursuit of growth also involves taking full responsibility for your learning. Don't wait for someone else to teach you. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start. The most successful people are the ones who take the initiative to seek out knowledge, seek out improvement, and seek out challenges that help them grow. You also have to be relentless in developing habits that support your growth. Small, consistent actions lead to big changes over time. Make learning part of your daily routine, whether it's reading, reflecting, practicing a new skill, or simply being more aware of how you can improve. These small actions compound and accelerate your growth. Understand that the journey will not always be smooth. There will be times when progress feels slow, and there will be days when it seems like you're not moving forward at all. But the relentless pursuit of growth isn't about looking for immediate results. It's about the commitment to progress, no matter how small the steps may be. When you commit to this relentless pursuit, you build momentum. Each day, each action, and each step forward creates a snowball effect, and before you know it, the person you were yesterday is far behind the person you are today. And that's when you realize that the greatest rewards come from the never-ending pursuit of growth. It's not a destination, it's a lifelong commitment to becoming the best version of yourself. So be relentless in your pursuit of growth. Don't wait for success to find you. Wait for the perfect time. Make the decision to grow today and keep growing tomorrow. Every single step you take brings you closer to the person you are meant to become. Challenges are often viewed as obstacles, something to be avoided or feared. But the truth is, challenges are not things to run away from. They are opportunities disguised in difficult forms. When you encounter a challenge, you can either let it defeat you or use it to propel yourself forward. The most successful people are not those who avoid challenges, but those who embrace them and see them as stepping stones to greater success. When you embrace a challenge, you are choosing to face it head on with the mindset that it is not something standing in your way, but something that is meant to help you grow. Every challenge is an opportunity to expand your capabilities, to learn something new, and to develop the skills necessary for your future. Without challenges, there would be no progress, no innovation, no breakthroughs. It is through overcoming challenges that we evolve, that we become better versions of ourselves. Think about it, everything worth achieving requires overcoming challenges. Whether it's in your career, your relationships, or personal growth, nothing comes without a challenge. If you want to achieve anything meaningful in life, you need to develop the ability to face these challenges with courage and determination. The only way to make progress is to push through those moments of uncertainty, fear, and discomfort. Challenges force you to stretch beyond your limits. They require you to think differently, to innovate, and to adapt. When things are easy, there's no real growth. But when you face something difficult, it forces you to tap into parts of yourself that you might not even know exist. It's in the struggle that your true strength is revealed. So instead of resisting the challenge, embrace it. Lean into it and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this make me better? Every challenge is an opportunity to improve your character. It teaches you resilience, patience, discipline, and creativity. It shows you just how far you can go when you refuse to give up. Challenges are the training ground for your success. They are the fire that forges the strongest steel. Without them, there's no way to sharpen your skills or build the mental toughness necessary to reach higher levels of achievement. When you begin to see challenges as opportunities, you start to change the way you view your problems. Instead of dreading them, you start looking for the lessons they contain. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, you become energized by the possibility of growth. The more challenges you face and overcome, the more confidence you build in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Don't shy away from challenges. If you do, you'll miss out on the opportunity to become stronger, smarter, and more capable. Life will always present challenges. It's part of the process. But it's your attitude toward those challenges that determines whether they will hold you back or push you forward. So embrace every challenge, face it with the mindset that it's an opportunity to grow, and watch how your life transforms as you rise to meet each one. The greatest achievements in life are often the result of overcoming the most difficult challenges. When you change the way you think about challenges from something to fear to something to embrace, you change the course of your life. Challenges are not the enemy, they are the catalysts for your greatness. One of the most powerful things you can do in your life is to keep promises to yourself. We all make promises to others, whether it's to show up on time to help a friend or to achieve a certain goal. But the most important promises are the ones you make to yourself. Too often we break those promises without even thinking twice. We make excuses, justify our actions, and let ourselves off the hook. But every time we break a promise to ourselves, we diminish our self-respect, and we lose a little piece of the trust we should have in our own ability to follow through. When you commit to something, whether it's a goal, a habit, or a decision, you owe it to yourself to keep that promise. Keeping promises to yourself is not just about following through with actions, it's about building the foundation of integrity within yourself. The more you keep your promises, the more you strengthen your character, and the more confidence you build in your ability to achieve anything you set your mind to. Promise to ourselves, we diminish our self-respect, and we lose a little piece of the trust we should have in our own ability to follow through. When you commit to something, whether it's a goal, a habit, or a decision, you owe it to yourself to keep that promise. Keeping promises to yourself is not just about following through with actions, it's about building the foundation of integrity within yourself. The more you keep your promises, the more you strengthen your character, and the more confidence you build in your ability to achieve anything you set your mind to. When you break a promise to yourself, it erodes your belief in your own capabilities. If you say you're going to wake up early to exercise but hit the snooze button instead, it doesn't just affect your physical health, it affects your mental health. You've just told yourself that you can't trust your own word. The next time you make a promise, it'll be easier to dismiss it because you've already proven to yourself that it's okay to break your commitments. On the other hand, when you keep promises to yourself, you reinforce your self-worth. You prove to yourself that you are someone who can be trusted, not just by others, but by yourself. This trust is the bedrock of all success. When you have trust in your own word, it becomes much easier to take on new challenges, to face difficult situations, and to stay committed to your goals. Keeping promises to yourself also means taking responsibility for your actions. Life is full of distractions, temptations, and setbacks. But the key to achieving anything great is the discipline to stay true to your commitments no matter what. It's easy to break a promise when no one is watching, but remember, you're always watching. Your own self-awareness is your greatest accountability partner. If you say you're going to improve your health, do it. If you promise yourself you'll learn a new skill, keep that promise. If you commit to being a better person, follow through. The act of keeping those promises will shape your life in ways you can't even imagine right now. But it requires discipline, focus, and a refusal to make excuses. Promises to yourself should never be taken lightly. They are the foundation of your personal integrity. The more you keep them, the more you show yourself that you have control over your life, your actions, and your destiny. Keeping promises to yourself is a declaration that you are worthy of success, that you are capable of achieving greatness, and that you are committed to becoming the best version of yourself. Every time you fulfill a promise you made to yourself, you build a deeper level of respect for your own word. You become someone who does what they say they'll do, no matter how difficult, no matter how inconvenient, and no matter how challenging it may seem in the moment. And as you continue to keep promises to yourself, you create a life built on the foundation of self-trust, discipline, and integrity. So make those promises to yourself and honor them with everything you have. Your word is your bond, and it's the most powerful tool you have in creating the life you desire. The more promises you keep, the stronger you become. And the stronger you become, the closer you get to living the life you've always dreamed of. The power of consistency is one of the most underrated forces in life. We live in a world where people are always looking for shortcuts, for quick fixes, for the magic pill that will solve all their problems. But the truth is, success is not built on sudden bursts of energy or grand, heroic efforts. It's built on consistent daily actions repeated over time. When you commit to consistency, you tap into a power that can transform every area of your life. You don't need to do everything perfectly, but you need to keep showing up day after day. It's the small actions taken consistently that lead to massive results. Think about a small seed. When it's first planted, it doesn't look like much, but with consistent care, water, and sunlight, it grows into something powerful, a tree that can stand the test of time. Your life and goals are no different. Small, consistent actions will create long-term growth that compounds over time. Too often, people get discouraged because they don't see immediate results. They start something new, whether it's a new business, a fitness routine, or a learning goal, and after a few days, they don't see the dramatic changes they expect. So they quit. But the truth is, the results are coming. They're just taking time to show up. Consistency is what keeps you going when the results aren't immediately visible. It's the discipline to stay on course, even when the rewards haven't shown up yet. Consistency means doing the right things over and over, even when you don't feel like it. It's easy to work hard when you're motivated, but true success comes from working hard when motivation is nowhere to be found. The days when you feel the least like doing the work are often the days when the greatest growth happens. That's when consistency shows its true power. Success is rarely the result of a single great action or a single moment of brilliance. It's the culmination of countless consistent actions taken day in and day out. It's about choosing to show up and do the work even when the rewards are delayed. It's about sticking to your plan even when it seems like the results are taking longer than expected. The magic of consistency is in its compounding effect. Each small step you take adds up to something much bigger over time. Look at the most successful people in the world. They didn't get there by taking huge leaps all at once. They got there by committing to small, consistent actions that, over time, created momentum. Whether it's in business, fitness, relationships, or any other area of life, success is built on the habit of consistency. It's the ability to keep going when the excitement fades and the challenges arise. Consistency also builds trust in yourself and in the process. When you show up consistently, you prove to yourself that you can rely on your own actions. And when you consistently take the right actions, the results will eventually follow. It may not happen overnight, but it will happen. And when it does, you'll be amazed at how much progress you've made. The key to consistency is patience. It's understanding that results take time and that the path to success isn't always linear. There will be setbacks and obstacles, but consistency means you keep going in spite of them. It means you don't quit after the first setback or the second or the 100th. You keep showing up, you keep putting in the work, and over time the results will come. So if you want to change your life, if you want to achieve great things, don't focus on the grand gestures or the dramatic breakthroughs. Focus on consistency. Make it a part of your daily routine. Find the small actions that will move you toward your goals and commit to doing them day in and day out. The power of consistency will carry you further than any sudden burst of energy or short-term effort ever could. Life is full of things beyond our control. We can't control the economy, the weather, the actions of other people, or the unexpected challenges that life throws our way. But here's the key. While there are countless things outside of our control, there's one thing that will determine the course of our lives, what we can control. If you want to create the life you desire, you must learn to focus on what you can control and let go of everything else. Too often we spend our energy obsessing over things we can't change. We worry about the past, about things that didn't go as planned, or about what others are doing or thinking. This type of thinking only drains your energy and distracts you from what truly matters. The most successful people don't waste time and energy on the uncontrollable. Instead, they focus on what they can control, how they respond to challenges, the effort they put into their goals, and the decisions they make each day. Your mindset, your actions, and your attitude are entirely within your control. You decide how to respond to the world around you. When things go wrong, you can choose how to react. You can choose to be discouraged, or you can choose to learn from the experience and move forward. The ability to control your reaction in any situation is a powerful skill. When you focus on how you respond rather than what happens, you take back your power. Another thing you can control is your work ethic, the effort you put into your day, the decisions you make, and the habits you cultivate are all under your control. If you want to succeed, you must choose to give your best effort each day. The outcome is often determined by the consistency and intensity of your actions. While you can't control everything that happens, you can control your actions, and those actions will shape the results you get in the end. Your habits, your daily routines, and the choices you make all fall within your control. If you want to improve your health, you have the power to decide what you eat and how much you move. If you want to build a successful career, you can decide to put in the time to learn new skills and seek out opportunities. If you want to improve your relationships, you can choose to be kinder, more patient, and more understanding. The decisions you make today are the building blocks of the future you want to create. The way you manage your time is another thing that's entirely within your control. Everyone has the same 24 hours in a day, and how you choose to use that time is a direct reflection of your priorities. You can choose to waste time on distractions, or you can choose to invest your time in activities that will bring you closer to your goals. Time is one of the most valuable resources you have, and how you manage it will determine the quality of your life. Focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. The more you focus on the controllable aspects of your life, the less stressed, frustrated, and overwhelmed you'll feel. You'll begin to feel more empowered because you're no longer waiting for circumstances to change. You're taking action, and you're moving toward your goals regardless of the obstacles. You cannot control the events that happen to you, but you can control your response to them. Life will throw curveballs. Things will not always go as planned. But when you focus on how you handle those moments, you unlock the power to stay on track regardless of what comes your way. By focusing on your actions, your mindset, and your attitude, you can turn any situation into an opportunity for growth. Remember, your happiness and success are not dependent on things you can't control. They are determined by how you handle what you can control. So let go of the unnecessary distractions, focus on what's within your power, and take charge of your future. When you do this, you'll find that you have the ability to shape your life in ways you never thought possible. Setbacks are a part of life. Everyone faces them, no one is immune. But what separates those who succeed from those who don't is how they respond to those setbacks. Most people see setbacks as failures, as roadblocks that prevent them from achieving their goals. But the truth is, setbacks are not the end of the road. They are the beginning of a new opportunity to learn, grow, and come back stronger than before. Every setback is an opportunity wrapped in a disguise. When things don't go as planned, when you face challenges, or when you stumble along the way, that's when you have the greatest chance to learn. It's easy to feel discouraged or defeated when things go wrong, but if you can shift your perspective and see these moments as lessons, you'll be amazed at how much progress you can make. Each setback holds a valuable lesson, a key piece of information that will help you move forward. It's important to remember that setbacks are not a reflection of your worth or your abilities. They are simply part of the journey. No one ever achieved anything great without facing obstacles along the way. It's not about avoiding setbacks, it's about how you respond to them. The most successful people don't let setbacks stop them. They use them as stepping stones. They understand that growth comes through overcoming adversity, and every setback is a chance to get better, wiser, and more equipped for the next challenge. Learning from setbacks means being willing to look at them with an objective lens. Instead of beating yourself up or making excuses, ask yourself, what went wrong? What can I learn from this? How can I do better next time? This process of self-reflection is where the real growth happens. You need to be honest with yourself and take full responsibility for your part in the setback. By doing so, you empower yourself to make better decisions in the future. Setbacks also teach resilience. They test your ability to get back up after being knocked down. Anyone can feel good when things are going smoothly, but true strength is shown when things don't go as planned. Resilience is built by facing adversity head-on and choosing to keep moving forward, no matter how difficult it may seem. Every time you get up after a setback, you become stronger, more resilient, and better prepared for whatever comes your way. Another crucial lesson setbacks offer is the importance of perseverance. It's easy to quit when things aren't going your way, but perseverance is what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. It's about keeping your eyes on the long-term goal and pushing through the short-term difficulties. Setbacks are temporary, but your persistence is what will carry you to the finish line. The more you persevere, the more you build the mental toughness necessary to handle future challenges with grace and confidence. Remember that a setback is not a sign of defeat, it's a sign of progress. Every time you face an obstacle, you are gaining valuable experience that will serve you in the future. No one becomes successful by never failing. They become successful by failing, learning, adjusting, and then trying again with more knowledge and strength than before. The key is to never give up. When you learn from your setbacks, you turn them into victories. In fact, some of the greatest successes in history have come from people who failed multiple times before they succeeded. It's the ability to learn from each failure, adjust, and continue that ultimately leads to success. If you are willing to embrace the lessons each setback offers, you'll not only overcome it, you'll come out of it better equipped for the future. So don't be afraid of setbacks. Welcome them as opportunities to learn. Don't let a temporary failure define you. Learn from it, adapt, and keep moving forward. Your setbacks are not the end. They are simply a part of the process that leads to success. Every step back can be a setup for a leap forward if you take the time to learn from the experience and use it to propel yourself toward your goals.